So in Milestone, you can have, you can bring in smart maps, which is going to be a licensed product from like Google or Bing, or there's even like a free mapping service out called Open Maps. But the point is that you can bring those into Milestone, and so it's going to look just like, it's going to be a dynamic map like this. You could have traffic on there. You could have, there's an integration we have with Live Earth. I would check them out if this is going to be a big mapping project. It's going to need a lot of mapping features. And you could, of course, put your cameras onto the map. You can have different floors of a building on a map. So I can see the offices here on the second floor, and then a view of the first floor, and so I can select those. This is my map set up with a smart wall. So imagine I have two gigantic monitors mounted onto this gigantic wall. I have all my operators looking at that. On monitor 1 is a full screen view. On monitor 2, I have nine cameras up here. And so I can control what's going on from my little workstation here on my laptop. I can control what's going up onto the monitors based on different events that I'm seeing here on my map. So I'm looking at these doors. I'm locking and unlocking doors if I want. I can visually verify the events coming into Milestone through the videos. Let me show you a little different map here real quick. Well, this is one thing I also wanted to show you. We were talking about the alarm manager earlier and how you can have different alarms coming in. So this alarm came in at 4:03. So someone pressed basically a panic button in this example. I can click on this alarm. I can pull up this second window that's specific to this alarm. This is where I can assign it to a specific Milestone operator based on a list of my users here. We've got a lot of users, right? Then I can enter the state of the alarm. Is it in progress? Is it on hold? Is it been closed? This is all built in natively, by the way. There's no integrations happening. I can set a priority like I mentioned before. I can just type in instructions here. Say, hey, this is a pretty serious alarm. Call the police or something, and whatever text you can put into that field via your keyboard, obviously. So there's a lot of options that just kind of happens within this one task. And so usually, if there's a system with lots of alarms going on, there's going to be a whole laundry list of events coming in here. I only have 2 in this example, but imagine there being hundreds. We have a filter set up here, so you can filter by priority level, by source. Say you just want to see the panic alarm, so you want to see the doors that have been forced open, you want to see other things that have been triggered, and then of course you can make other stuff happen. You can make an audio event play or something that you have through speakers. There's all these different things you can do. So you can get as granular and as detailed as you want with Milestone, depending on how far down the rabbit trail you really want to go. So that's just a brief overview of some of the functions of the Alarm Manager tab. But again, like I said, mapping is a big thing to Milestone, and so it can be done a variety of different ways. I mean, you could even just take a PDF or a picture of a map, and you could throw icons on there as well.
Okay.
In fact, this is a sort of a picture of like a standard map here. So like this is like the picture of our office here. I just did a screenshot from Google, right? And so it's not really an active map. There's no like active information. It's just a static image. And so what I can do is I can hover over a camera, and then the preview window of that camera will pop open here. And so I can see what's going on that traffic camera. You can see the field of view. I can drill down. I can click on the building we're in. I can see the different parking lot cameras. And I can drill down again into the actual. And so you can have multiple layers. And this is just a basic. Yeah. This is our mapping service in its most basic form. There's nothing special about this. There's no other licensed things or whatever. This just comes by default installed on Milestone for you already.
I see that you're on the standard map, and so the smart map is the live active one, then, right?
Correct.
Okay. And the smart wall plus map, can we see that? If we haven't, oh, okay, we did see that. Okay, I see. So
yeah, sorry, I lost you guys.
Hey, Jamal. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we're getting some good video over here that would give you a good outlook of what smart wall and smart map can do. I think it'll really help what you're offering with the monitoring solution. You were saying, Ray? Were you going to ask me something?
Yeah, is the purpose of Jamal's monitoring to monitor like a specific county, or is he going to be monitoring various sites all over the U.S. or all over the world, or what?
Various sites, but I think, Jamal, you told me a lot would be construction sites, correct?
Well, initially, we're going to kick it off with, we're going to be monitoring our contracted sites, construction sites, with our own equipment. And then that initially. And then we're going to roll it out to, logging into a customer. Let's say there's a warehouse in the middle of the night. They want us to monitor it. Maybe we'll log into their system, not our equipment, but their equipment. And then eventually it's going to be that type of a thing. It's going to be mainly in California initially, and then we'll see what happens. We are new at this. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
But I know for sure it's going to be construction site. It's going to be our own equipment initially, but and then more later on.
Okay. So in that case, when they do get the hardware, just make sure they get ONVIF compatible IP cameras. That way we can add them in to your Milestone server to record too. And Joe was just showing us the smart map, the smart wall, where you can, load a image of either something that's drafted or something from Google Maps, a satellite image of something within one of the windows, and put a camera on each end, and then have these cameras display in another window or a pop-up when you want to view live from these cameras from that static image. That would be ideal, I think. So to answer your question, Ray, I guess he's mainly thinking, right now it's just construction sites, but we would have to think about, we'll have to consider all aspects, I think, residential and commercial. I think as you go on, a lot more will be commercial, Jamal, and